I was out on Sunday, the way it's snowing for a little while.
Not a happy camper.
Yeah.
Shortly after it was done, a couple later, but
Yeah.
there for a little while. Yeah, about 1:30 there, it was really still, and it's like, we're now visiting farm place. Wayne.
Hey, Wayne.
Talk about mixed
Oh, okay.
What's that?
I can confirm with Mitch.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah, we're going.
Well, and you were the height of cool, I'm sure. Age 7 or whatever.
Good afternoon, everyone. We'd like to begin. If you could take your seats, please. We'd like to begin. So, it is 4:30. I'd like to welcome all of you here today. We have a group here of students, I assume, for a class. Welcome. There will be a test at the end of the session, so. All right, we'd like to begin with standing for a moment of silence, and then we'll follow that with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we could have a roll call, please.
Tom Eggers, Wayne Barahona.
Here.
Pete Hamill.
Here.
Ken Snyder.
Here.
Brad Hand.
Here.
All right, next item 2 is the approval of our agenda. You have that before you.
Move we approve.
Support.
Take your pick.
Take your pick.
Any comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Snyder.
Aye.
Hamill.
Aye.
Barahona.
Aye.
Ken.
Aye.
All right, we move now on into the public forum session of our meeting. If once you can address it now, but address it if it's someone. Like now, I've comments before you begin. Place comments to 4 minutes. Not speak for later or yield the remainder of your time to someone else. After speaking, please be seated. If you are addressing a matter on the agenda, state the agenda item you are speaking about, and if you're speaking on more than one agenda item, arrange your comment. Duplicate the agenda as presented. Comments to the entire council, not to an individual. An issue raised during this time should be answered in a respectful manner. If you are the presenter on an item which has been formally placed on the council agenda, the process will be station. And have public hear their own period. Public safe and apply for those items. And if you would, please state your name. And
Alvin Katz, 10th Street, Sheldon. I represent my family as the landlords in Sheldon. Property is inclusive in town, second-floor units, and housing and apartments. Assistance to that have been of paying rent, also no rent covered, and damage on a massive scale. Not all apartments have amenities included in the rents: water, sewer, heat, electric, internet, and of course garbage removal. I am requesting grant monies to help landlords recover loss of rent payments due to COVID, allowing non-payments of rent to renters who abandon the units and leave landlords hanging, and to get units back in shape to rent. Due to the shortage of housing in the community, this is my request. Thank you.
all right. Thank you, Al. Are there any other comments that would like to be made at this time? Okay, seeing none, we will take that under advisement, and we'll let you know. Moving on then to item 4, it is the consent agenda.
Ken.
Aye.
Farahona?
Aye.
Hamel?
Aye.
Snyder?
Aye.
All right, moving forward to item 6A, the Cdg Grant for the 321 9th Street. That would be a publication from Cdg. Okay, let's do that after the hearing.
Open the hearing first and do it during the hearing.
So, public hearing, and I'm going to be Sheldon, potential for the rapid spread of airborne viruses such as COVID-19. The project will be funded by the Cdg fund. The owner, it is estimated that total project will be $292. An application will be submitted to Iowa Economic Development Authority April 30, 2022 at midnight. Properties LLC, the city is requesting $256,584 for the proposed project. Should the project be awarded, the city will enter into developer agreement with the property owner. The project will result in the construction of 3 new 2-bedroom rental units. These units will be rented to tenants who meet the low to moderate income guidelines for O'Brien County, Iowa, for a minimum period of 3 years. The proposed project activities will take place at 321 9th Street, Sheldon, Iowa. The proposed project will not result in the displacement or relocation of any persons or businesses. No persons will be displaced by the proposed project. The nature of the proposed project involves the construction of 3 new 2-bedroom residential rental units on the second floor of the downtown building located at 321 9th Street in Sheldon, Iowa. The conversion of the currently vacant space includes demolition, construction of walls, interior finishes, replacement of doors and windows, installation of appliances, electrical and plumbing work to make the space available for use. So with that said, are there any other public comments related to this issue? Does not look like it, so then I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Hen?
Aye.
Farahona?
Aye.
Snyder?
Aye.
Hamel?
Aye.
All right, then we have before us a resolution adopting Community Development Housing Needs Assessment. Take a motion to approve that, please.
Move we approve it. Support.
Comments or questions? You? Roll call, please.
Hamel?
Aye.
Snyder?
Aye.
Farahona?
Aye.
Hen?
Aye.
All right, then I'd like to open a second public hearing on the submission of the Cdbg-CV application for the 321 9th Street property. Again, is there anyone here that would like to speak to this issue? Seeing no activity, I'm going to take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Farahona?
Aye.
Hamel?
Aye.
Hen?
Aye.
Snyder?
Aye.
Item 4 under 6A there, we need to approve a resolution endorsing application for Cdbg-CV funds. I'll take that motion at this time.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Snyder?
Aye.
Hamel?
Aye.
Hen?
Aye.
Farahona?
Aye.
The next resolution requiring approval is adopting the State of Iowa Duplication of Benefits Policy. I'll take a motion for that.
I'll move to support that.
Support.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Hen?
Aye.
Farahona?
Aye.
Hamel?
Aye.
Snyder?
Aye.
And then final item under this heading is to authorize a letter to the IEDA, the Iowa Economic Development Authority, for applicant to be his own general contractor.
Make the motion to approve.
Support.
Comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Snyder?
Aye.
Farahona?
Aye.
Hen?
Aye.
Hamel?
Aye.
All right, moving quickly along. Next item is a request from the Sheldon Fire Department for no on-street parking at the intersection of 11th Street and 5th Avenue. Anything you'd like to comment on regarding that, Sam?
Thank you, Mayor. I think we can just have a motion to approve this. Some of the locations are listed in ordinance, some are not. I don't think it's necessary to have every single location listed in city ordinance. So I think we can move ahead for approval on this just by motion, and we'll go ahead and order the signs and put them up. I don't know, Brad, if you had anything to add on behalf of the fire department and any specifics on where you'd like the signs. We kind of have an idea based on what your letter says.
Yeah, it's just basically from the letter, it's 50 feet on each side of the intersection of 5th Avenue and 11th Street, both sides of the street. It's mainly primary, we've seen a lot of truck traffic parking along the road, and in order to make the radius of the corner, the turn when we're leaving, going south of town, that's our main route, and we're seeing issues with being able to make that corner with trucks parked along and blocking the intersection.
So is this primarily a issue with tanks?
With out-of-town semis.
Yeah, okay.
But, okay, so if we do 50 feet, that still allows them plenty of parking space.
Yeah,
All right,
it's probably one residential lot,
okay.
you know, if you look at it that way.
Has anyone contacted tanks about this as far as the issue at hand?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe Todd we've had a conversation started off with Todd, and he contacted them, and this was our next option. And with the trucks coming and going out of town, they're from all over the country, we felt this was the best way to address it.
If I might?
Yes.
And Brad, you'd prefer to have it no parking of anything?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is a recommendation of the officers of the fire department,
Okay.
so.
Todd, as from what you can see, that's not going to be a problem as far as any of the residences that are there that would require that on-street parking?
And there's a couple of houses there that potentially could, lose access to park in front of their house on the north side of the street. South side of the street, it's tanks. I did not speak to any of the property owners there, but I did speak to tanks themselves, and also had a conversation with Mark.
And the corner houses would have parking,
Sure, okay.
so.
Anything else? All right, then we'll entertain a motion to approve that request.
I'll move that we approve that request.
I'll support.
Roll call, please.
Snyder.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Farahona.
Aye.
All right, item C, the approval of hiring Brooke Oldenkamp as the Crossroads Pavilion Assistant General Manager. Trish is not here today, so basically we just have to approve that. I'll take a motion for that.
Make a motion.
Okay,
Support.
any comments? Questions from anybody? Roll call, please.
Farahona.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
All right. Then move into the reports section of our session here today. Anything from you, Sam?
I do. Thank you, Mayor. So, I want to thank, I think Al came back. Yes. Thank you, Al, for coming back. I don't really have anything on my city manager's report, but I wanted to just take a moment to address the excellent comments that Al made at the beginning of the meeting. So you can help me out with this, Kurt, if you have anything to add, but my understanding is of the COVID monies, round one of the COVID monies had a fair amount of flexibility. It could have been used for backfill of lost revenue. It could be used to help certain nonprofits. I believe it could be used to help landlords. There was a variety of things that it could be used for. So we had a public hearing on that money last year, and it was decided to use that $756,000, I think it was, allocated all to the east side water tower because that would have the broadest benefit for the community and help everybody out with their water rates. So as far as the latest round, I understand, Kurt, that these are quote-unquote leftover monies that the state has, and the state has, through their own administrative rulemaking, decided to issue a rather spur-of-the-moment program for renovations of housing, and the timeframes were pretty tight on that. Are you aware of any other funds or other rounds coming?
Well, as we know, this COVID money has kind of been hit and miss all over the place. It constantly changes. But money that the state currently has is federal dollars that have funneled down. They're leftover dollars. They're being administered through IEDA. The application the Cdbg application that we're currently applying for has an application deadline of April 30. So very, very short turnaround. I'm interested to see what this application cycle does, how many applications are funded, how much money is left over, see if there's going to be additional opportunities for additional projects throughout the state, not just Sheldon. And one of the things that we talked about, there are dollars left over, and we get a good success story like Ben's project. We hope there are dollars left over so we can help facilitate maybe more projects because, again, get some momentum going with some of those things. So, but there's some dollars that the state is funneling through. So to Al's point, I think there's some maybe avenues to look at first, maybe with the state directly, and kind of go from there.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay. Todd, anything from you today?
Yeah, I thought I'd just comment that had a pre-construction meeting on the Rainbow Drive project, and that is scheduled to start at approximately May 1st. So look for construction to begin there. They'll start with storm sewer work. The downtown projects, we have not held a pre-construction meeting yet. They are scheduled for April 28th, I believe, so it'll be a bit before those start. And then I thought I would just mention we're going to try a new notification system that citizens can sign up for during construction projects. It's called Textedly. We're currently gathering phone numbers from the folks in the Rainbow Drive area, and I anticipate we'll do the same thing for the downtown businesses and tenants as far as that goes. Anyways, they can sign up for the service, and then it allows us to blast out information to anybody that has signed up. So we're hoping that helps them minimize people where they get locked in their driveway, that kind of sort of thing. So anyways, if you live in those areas and you're not signed up and you want to be, just let me know and we'll get you on the list. That's all I got.
All right. Kurt, anything else from you?
Just one thing. Today we held a groundbreaking ceremony for Stanford Sheldon on their new clinic expansion project, and it's an exciting project for Sheldon, about a $3.5 million capital investment project, about 4,400 square feet, which will expand to the east of their current facility. So nice turnout. I know it's a project Stanford's been working on for years in the making. I think upwards of 7 years total. So to break ground on that project today was exciting. So it'll be a good project for Sheldon.
Very good. Scott, anything from you today? Okay. Angie?
No, thank you.
Micah?
No, thanks.
Council to my left.
Thank you.
To my right? Just to follow up on what Kurt's comments were, I was not able to be at the groundbreaking today. I was working out of town, but I do want to thank Sanford for the addition that they're going to be